Are you sure nobody can tell?
It looks like I've got a normal size head now.
I know, but you don't. You actually
Until
do.
I hold up. This is actually a really small glass.
Yeah, we don't trust him with a full pint. It's only a half pint. We should probably actually test the microphone, shouldn't we? Is this recording?
Me.
If you insist. Right, fair enough. Hello and welcome to Drinky Talky thingy number 112.
Yeah.
And
it's probably going to be our briefest, most on-subject podcast.
I've actually
ever.
decided something this time, and we're going to try something for a change.
Oh dear.
Here is
this is never good when Paddy ever surprises me with things.
1 hour timer. Whenever we're recording the audio podcast, when we hit the 1 hour mark, it will make a strange noise at us, and then that's it. We're done for the stories. We'll just reel off titles after that.
Okay. Do you want to start it then?
Okay, first story then. Where are we going to go?
Sega.
Sega, fair enough. They've admitted Colonial Marines trailers were a complete and utter bollocks.
They're entirely fabricated and it was not in-game footage, which is pretty standard now in advertising. I mean, hardly any games have in-game footage now.
Yeah, I know. It is.
I think it's more
pretty standard, but
it's more of a shitstorm because their game was shit.
Yeah.
Just when you make a bad game and promote it as looking awesome.
Yeah, it was more to do with that. But now they've had to basically brand all of their online adverts, all of their YouTube videos with not in-game footage.
Yeah.
Including all the ones that are already up, which have now got to be put in captions, which means they're indexable.
I don't know about you, but I always, whenever I find a game video or any kind of trailer or anything that says not in-game footage, I just assume it's rubbish.
Yeah.
I know I shouldn't, but
well, if your game's not good enough to show off on its gameplay merits, then what the fuck are you doing?
But let's be honest, we're probably not the target market. I'm never ever swayed by an advert. I don't look at a game and go, wow, that gameplay looks good. You don't, do you? You can't get gameplay in a video, so I suppose I can see why they do it. But
though at the same time, I have been swayed towards a few games by adverts. I've also been scared off of you. Not related to any of the stories we've got on this list. Vindictus, the MMO that I was raving about last year. They're doing an Evany.
Oh no!
They are doing an Evany.
Tits and ass everywhere.
I posted the picture of the advert. It will be this podcast picture.
Oh dear!
And it is that.
Jesus Christ! That's worse than Evany. That's a real woman.
Yeah, not. It's CG.
Is it? That's good. Nah, that may be a CG face, but that's a real body.
What makes it worse?
This is. Oh, it's not on the homepage as well. The thing is, Evany got slated for this.
Hang on, where was the EU?
And well and truly ripped to bits. And somebody's carried on.
Yeah.
Why? Why would you even dream of doing that after seeing what happened to Evany? In fact, is Evany still going?
No.
Oh dear. What? So the landing page for
Vindictus EU
is just lots of naked people.
Is basically the characters in their inner armour.
What? Why is that one wearing a belt? Why would you need a belt buckle on a thong? It makes absolutely no sense. I love the fact as well they're throwing in 2 obligatory guys on either end, just in case.
And one of them has a heart-shaped thing on his
on
his ass.
But one of them's looking the opposite direction, and the other one is.
But wouldn't you look the other direction if you realised you had a heart-shaped thing on your ass?
If you're surrounded by lots of half-naked women, no. Although, what? I didn't realise the one in from that. Sorry, there's 3 guys on the page. Oh, that's not good.
Well, yeah, that's. I spotted that yesterday. Somebody doing an Evany, which is never good.
Oh man, they all have exactly the same character model. It's just they've changed hair colour and position.
Well, let's go from that bad news to other bad news. And we've had layoffs this week. Lots and lots of layoffs.
Damn you, Disney.
Disney have indeed shuttered.
That's not where you're going, was it?
No.
You were going for Activision, weren't you?
Well, we can come back to Activision. Disney have shut down LucasArts Studios, so there are no more LucasArts games. The ones that were in production have been cancelled, which includes Star Wars 1313.
We did actually contemplate a minute's silence, but with our newfound time limit, we thought it might be a waste.
Yeah.
So instead, we're just going to... Yeah.
No!
That's it.
It had to be done.
But yeah, bye, Lucas.
Yeah. The other layoffs this week have been by Activision. Activision, once again, proving themselves to be the dicks of the industry, have laid off 40 members of staff from High Moon Studios less than a week after High Moon Studios announced they'd finally finished work on Deadpool.
Basically, they may as well have been contract workers.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
It's despicable. It's bad for the industry. It's bad for the reputation of the industry. These people are going to start leaving the games mag. One of the reasons I left the games development circles is because I needed more stability. I needed more stability and more career prospects. With shit like this going on, you can't guarantee that your job's going to last more than 6 months.
It is a nightmare. I mean, literally, there is... You would think they would at least see the game through, launch it, and then judge what they're going to do. Because these could be top-notch developers. These could have come... They could have come up with a game that is outstanding.
Yeah.
But nobody knows.
Because now I've got a quandary on my mind. Because I really want the Deadpool game.
Pirate.
Yeah, I'm tempted to.
I can't believe I've just said that live.
No, I'm tempted to because I really don't want to
give Activision
the belief that this is the right thing for them to have done.
It worries me though, because what if the reason they've done this is because it's a bad game?
Then again, I don't want to give them money.
Yeah. I think it all comes down to how good the game is. If it's a very good game and they've let them go, then it's purely fiscal and they're just balancing books and they're a bunch of dicks. If it's a terrible game and the developers weren't worth their money, fair enough.
Yeah, but if it's a terrible game and the developers weren't worth their money, why was it allowed to be finished? Why not cut your losses before?
Yeah, fair enough.
Because the Activision have got to have signed off on it for it to be classified as complete.
Yeah.
There's very few developers actually continue working on a game when there's no money coming in.
So they're just dicks.
So it's just Activision being Activision.
We're never nice to them, are we? I mean, they've released some good games in the past. No, they have. I mean, come on, Call of Duty was a good game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it got milked. Guitar Hero was fantastic. Unfortunately, it got milked. If we go back further, was...
Guitar Heroes remind me, this week was the last week for Rock Band.
So is Rock Band gone now then?
No, Rock Band's still there. You can still buy everything, but there's no
more updates. Yeah.
Well, no, there are going to be some updates, but they're not going to be weekly anymore.
I wonder how much money they've made off these.
Millions.
It must be
millions and millions and squillions.
It must be now they've got to a point where they just can't justify it because kind of revenue and costs are just kind of
And they're running out of rock.
I don't know what this was.
And they are running out of rock to release.
I didn't think of that as a limitation actually. Yeah, but if they're releasing so much each week,
there's now over. I think it's 6,000 to 8,000 tracks on the Rock Band DLC. Yeah, in fact, I've got Spotify. I've got the entire.
You have the Spotify what?
I've been keeping up a complete Rock Band collection for quite some time now.
There's not that much in there.
2,210 tracks. I'm missing some.
Fucking hell. Okay, that is a fair amount.
That's basically everything that was on Rock Band 1, 2 and 3 on the disc. Beatles Rock Band, what's available on Spotify. Because remember, this is Spotify, so there's only some of it available.
Is it bad now? Because I prefer Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
But obviously Rock Band have put a lot more effort in.
So 1, 2, 3, all the spin-off ones, plus all of the DLC. The DLC I got from somebody else's playlist, and that's over 1,300 tracks. And he stopped updating back in November of last year. Sorry,
that's going back a long time.
November 2010.
No, that can't be right. Go, click again. Click. Okay, Jesus. So that's massively out of date. Oh wait, no, that was 2012. Go back. I saw 2012. It exists there.
Oh yeah, so okay, August of 2012.
And they've been going since then.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! I'm gonna have to buy a rock band, aren't I?
Yeah.
In fact, we need to break out. I've got my old kit.
Yeah.
As bad as it's in a wooden crate. It hasn't been used in that long. It's just created and put aside. But we need to definitely break it out again.
But anyway, that wasn't even one of the stories. Where are we?
Activision. That's where we went from. And yeah.
Yeah, Activision. You dicks.
Yeah.
Where are we going? Take a story.
We've done Disney. We've done Activision. Basically, the two knobs of the industry at the minute.
Yeah.
Because I still haven't forgiven Disney for getting rid of BlackRock.
No. I was looking at my Raptor profile today. It is still... Split Second is still third on my most played games.
Jesus Christ. But you haven't played it in months.
No.
What's second then?
Warcraft Frozen Throne.
Warcraft first, I'm guessing?
Sorry. Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King and Warcraft... Because for some reason, Raptor segregated them.
Yeah. That's bad times.
So, World of Warcraft's up there, miles ahead of everything else. It was going to be. And then, yeah, it's either second or third if you take out the Wrath of the Lich King expansion.
You know what I find amazing?
Split Second, just hours played.
You know what I find absolutely astounding? When I got to 100 hours on Battlefield 2,
yeah,
I thought, right, I'm getting a bit addicted to this now. Time to calm down.
Yeah.
That's nothing, is it? 100 hours is like absolutely nothing to anyone else.
Do I want to do this?
I don't know if we dare look at this, but honestly, I thought 100 hours, because I was playing it a lot. It was an hour here, an hour there, blah, 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 and it adds up, but seriously, it's nothing compared to what...
This month I've racked up 64 hours in World of Warcraft, 9 in StarCraft, 3 on Sonic.
That's worrying. I mean, that's like 2 hours a day of Warcraft.
Yeah.
How?
Hour here, hour there, and then at the weekends when I've got nothing better to do, a couple of hours. It quickly adds up.
What? How do you have nothing to do on a weekend?
I've got better control of my woman. If she hears that, I'm dead.
Right, seriously. When you say an hour here, hour there, it takes me like an hour and a half to walk the dog. I have to eat. By the time I've done all that and sat down, I'm ready for bed. Not gaming. It's the last thing.
I make time for gaming every day, at least an hour. And recently it's been Warcraft.
But your dog doesn't walk.
I know.
Your dog goes once around the block, goes, Paddy, come on. It's been a bit too long now.
Recently it doesn't even get out the door.
Really?
Recently it's been trying to get out into the front garden. It has its pee and then tries and gets back in.
Your dog's agoraphobic. That's not right.
Yeah, my dog has developed agoraphobia, but that's weird.
So, Paddy plays too many games.
Yes.
He's racked up in a month what I racked up in all of my Battlefield time. Jeez. Actually, that's not
massively out of the...
826 on World of Warcraft there, but is that just this year?
No, that's all time, so that's...
Okay. I was going to say if that was just this year, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, that's all time, plus 123 hours that were classified as Wrath of the Lich King, so...
Yeah.
With Split Second coming in at
so really,
60 odd hours.
This has been quite a busy month for you then.
Yeah.
You've put a lot of game time in. So
yeah. I could have played XCOM, but I didn't.
You should play XCOM. Because it is an awesome game. XCOM. It's a very good game.
Have you noticed the camera keeps moving?
Yeah, I keep looking up there, honestly. This is to stop me playing up to the camera.
Yeah. A bit. Let's move on. EA are dickheads. We've gone from Activision, let's move to EA, because, well, we'll stick with just people being cocks. Activision shut down
We
studios.
sound like spiteful people. It's like we used to work in the industry,
But
now we just hate them.
I'm not spiteful. It's just that when they make decisions like that make no sense,
Unfortunately,
they do financially.
yeah.
And this next decision is EA saying that customers want freemium games. So, just we're going to make freemium games because our mathematics proves that the players want it.
Well, what gets me is they said the average gamer is getting on towards 30s now.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Right? Bullshit. Absolute nonsense. I refuse to believe that the average gamer is getting on for 30 because generally the average gamer would dictate the industry, yeah? That's how it would work.
Yeah.
I've not met anyone over the age of 25 that says, yeah, I love freemium, I love Call of Duty, I love all this shit. No. Kids. I think it is exactly like TV, basically. It's dictated by teens.
You've also got the problem of you've got all your 35-year-olds have got kids coming up now, and they're thinking, I don't want to pay for this shit anymore. My kid wants to play the game. Fuck it, you can have a free version. And I do like freemium. I like freemium as a model.
Freemium, but it has to be done well.
But I don't like EA's model of freemium. I like freemium when you get the thing for free and then you can pay if you like it. Yeah. I don't like freemium where you pay 60 quid for a fucking game and then have to buy extra shit on top.
Yeah, I don't think they understand freemium, do they?
No.
Really? And even then, if they did understand freemium, because they have released freemium games, they released Battlefield Heroes.
Yeah.
But what they did is they made it so you could play it or you could play it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, one of those involved money.
No, during beta, Battlefield Heroes was awesome.
Yeah.
It even got me. It even got me playing a first-person shooter.
Well, third was it?
Third person. Yeah. But the point is,
you were playing a shooter game,
and I would, had they not made it imbalanced, I would have bought shit if I'd continued playing because I was enjoying it. I've done it with other freemium games. I've jumped into Lord of the Rings. I had a subscription, and then I cancelled it, and then it went free to play. I jumped back in for a while. I bought some shit.
Yeah. The thing is, when you're not paying for the game outright, you don't mind putting a couple of quid down.
No.
Because you think, well, I've not paid for it. You're playing a game entirely for free. What you think at that point is the developers deserve something.
Yeah.
Some cash. I'm sure that's not what goes through everyone's head, but
it is the whole educational argument. Everybody hates being at school. Everybody everywhere hates it when you're at school. School is shit, and that's because you're forced to be there. The moment you start going to college, you actually start going. Well, the majority of people. The majority of people start going because
role reversal for me. Yeah,
because at that point it's their choice to be going there. It's their choice to be learning.
No, for me it's more now that I'm not in any kind of education establishment, I learn more.
Yeah, I know.
If I want to learn something,
there are, but I'm generalising.
Yeah,
so most
people,
people,
freedom, you will.
The moment you give somebody a choice, they will make a choice one way or the other.
Well, somebody decided it's kind of a bit of an experiment and a bit of charity. They put basically a PC terminal somewhere in the slums of India.
Yeah, and they taught themselves, didn't they?
Yeah, and the kids just went up to it and they started teaching themselves how to use a computer, how to search things, how to educate themselves. And that's it exactly. Given free time, you look for what you want to learn.
Yeah, they didn't leave many instructions. They taught themselves basic English
to get onto this. What have we? Sorry, where have we? We've gone from EA's free-to-pay model to
EA's version of freemium is not what freemium is. Freemium is letting people play and get your game for free, and then letting them have the choice to then pay you money if they're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Freemium for EA is you will pay us 60 quid and then you'll buy all this shit on top.
Well, I think EA know what freemium is. They're not daft. They're not. They understand because they've done it before. I said Battlefield Heroes was a freemium game. They know exactly what freemium is and they know exactly what they're doing when they exploit it.
Yeah.
But certain games do lend themselves well. The
problem is that the statement they've made is that the players want freemium and the vocal minority may be against it, but the players Our figures prove that they want it, and unfortunately, their figures will prove that they want it.
Yeah.
Because, well, we're a very lazy race.
The problem is, I think the best argument you can sum this up with was Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah.
Do you remember? We're gonna boycott the game, and everyone that said that
was
in
the best
boycotting group bought it and played it.
Yeah. On release day of Left 4 Dead 2, the entire boycott Left 4 Dead 2 Steam group were playing the game, apart from 2 that were playing the original.
I honestly find it amazing that the internet is full of screaming teenagers. As far as I'm concerned,
there is a vocal minority. The vocal minority argument, I get behind that.
Well, there is. It is a vocal minority. Hell, we're part of it, really.
Yeah.
There is this kind of... I'm sure it's not, but in my mind, it's screaming teenagers everywhere on the internet.
Yeah.
Trolls, they're all teenagers. I like to think that people have grown up.
Yeah.
It may not be true. I like to think a lot, apparently.
Yeah.
When I have some kind of reservation against something, it's for just cause, not just because it's a bandwagon people are jumping on.
Yeah. Well, I haven't bought SimCity.
No.
And I won't buy it until it actually works.
I'll be honest, I probably just won't buy it.
I like SimCity. I've always liked SimCities. But
I still have 2,000 if you want it.
Yep.
Is that my food?
I think that might be your food. We're going to pause for a while, and I will pause the timer while this is happening. And that's timer. Pause. We've got 40 minutes left after Gal's eaten. Yeah, I don't think people want to watch you eat, so I will stop the video and we will come back in. It'll be the only edit you get.
Hey dog, you're not having any.
So Gal's now fed. He's been fed.
Yeah, well and truly.
We better find out where we were in the actual audio podcast.
Does it matter?
No, it doesn't. Fuck it. Oh no, we mentioned what we were doing, didn't we? So we can just...
Did we?
Yeah, we mentioned. We'll tell them that we've been fed as well.
Right.
Okay, we're back from Gal having fed, and let's restart the timer. Got 40 minutes left. Off we go.
That's
Stories.
Plenty of time. Ubisoft want to give you Assassin's Creed every year because apparently we want.
Assassin's Creed every year. This is what they have said. We will keep making it every year until the gamers tell us we don't want it anymore. I am a gamer. I am telling you we don't want it anymore.
The problem is, do you remember the first Assassin's Creed that came out? And everyone was like, yeah, it's a good game, but... And then the second one came out and everyone was like, actually, they've fixed all the flaws. It's getting a bit easy now, though.
Yeah.
And then the second .1, .2, .3, whatever came out, and everyone was like, yeah, it's kind of still a bit easy.
The first was, this is interesting, but it's not polished enough. The second was, thank you, you've polished it, this is good. And it's... Then the next one came and it was like, okay, you've just given us the same thing, and the third one came along and it's, no, Ubisoft, stop now. No, Ubisoft, no.
That first kind of 2.1 or Brotherhood or whatever it was called.
Yeah,
that was.
I did some interesting mechanics, but they didn't need to be there.
It did, but it got too easy. It got ridiculously easy. There was nothing complicated about it, and you could just run through the game. I don't know about the one after that because I gave up.
Nope.
And the third one is getting good reviews, but they've actually changed it. So all credit.
Yeah.
You know.
The problem is, after Brotherhood, I lost all patience with the franchise. I just don't want to play anymore.
Excitement just kind of drained out of me. So.
I've got 3 sat there. I've never played it.
Yeah, but that's not unusual.
No, that's not.
You end up with most games just sat there that you've never played.
But I bought it thinking, oh, it's Assassin's Creed 3, and then I got it home and realised, what the fuck was I so excited about? It's another Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, but this should be good.
You're in the trees! That's it! That's
it! There's fucking trees, damn it! And British. Any game with British in it is always good.
Okay, fair enough. Find a follow on from that. Torchlight 2.
No, how is that in any way?
I have no idea. I'm just going down. Torchlight 2 mod tools have been released. Now the mods for Torchlight 1 were great. The mods that have been made for Torchlight 2 without official modding tools have been great so far. I mean, some of the mods that have been created so far have added entire chapters to the game. I think we talked about that one about a month back.
Yeah, people putting in way too much time and effort.
Yeah,
but it shows the fan base.
Yeah, the mod tools have been added, and Steam Workshop support has been added, so it becomes a lot easier for a lot more people to create mods.
Yes.
In a game like Torchlight 2, that's very good.
Okay, right, I'll tell you what. I played a bit of the first, I think. No, I didn't. No, I really didn't.
It's like Diablo 3, but without all the fuck-ups that Diablo 3 made.
They stuck to what they knew.
Yeah.
They played it simple.
Well, basically, it's the people that made the good Diablos.
Yeah.
It's Blizzard North. It really is.
I love it when the studios just kind of disappear. It's like Free Radical was rare.
Yeah.
There's time splitters.
It's never coming back. No matter how much people want it, it is never ever coming back. Or if it does, it will be some bastardised version of it.
I'm voting fan created.
The fan created one is being worked on, but it's never coming back as a proper thing. We will never have machine gun wielding monkeys again.
Somebody mod Torchlight with machine gun wielding monkeys, and I'll be happy.
I need to get down my copy of Torchlight 2.
If you just get the mod tools and see how far you can go. If you can get machine gun wielding monkeys, I'll give you this bottle cap.
I'd prefer one that you haven't mangled beyond.
Okay.
And we'll stick with Diablo 3 and take us to our block of Blizzard stories, because they've been quite talkative this week.
I like these blocks because it means I can just turn off.
Well, last week we talked about Diablo 3 and its auction house, the fact that the PS3 version won't have one. They've said that if they could, they would turn off the Diablo 3 auction house, but they've
gone too far.
They've gone too far. It's too integrated into the game. As I said at the beginning, the things have been balanced around the fact that the auction house exists, which is why it all fell apart. You became too dependent on the auction house, and that's not a game. That's fucking stock.
eBay.
That's the stock market at the end of the day.
Yeah.
There are people that are good at that. There are some people that have made massive amounts of money on the auction house.
They're annoying, those people, aren't they? I don't like them.
But they are, they are annoying people, and so there's rumours that they actually said we would take it out if we could. Well, you can, because you've clearly proven that you know how to rebalance the game, because you've done so for the PS3 version. Stop bullshitting, give us a version without the auction houses.
Basically, they don't want to do it.
No. Here's the difference. I've just realised why they can't do it because one of the reasons the auction house was created in the first place was to stop the grey market. Players selling items to each other for real money on external services.
And you can't do that on PlayStation, I'm guessing.
You won't be able to do that on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine you will. If you can have co-op games and you can transfer items between characters, then there's a possibility that there could be a grey market on the PS3. However, I don't think the PS3 player base is going to be quite as invested into the game as your PC player base. It's not.
I don't think there's a difference. I think everyone that got pissed off with PC will just go buy it on PS3. Everyone has both.
They don't though. I know.
They do.
I know. I've been working this out, and while we may never use them, but we're quite an oddity in gaming circles, having all the consoles at this point. To this point in the life cycle, yes, more people have all than have just one. But there are still a lot of people out there that are single platform.
I think a lot of people have a PC and something else. And a PC that plays Diablo isn't that high spec.
Yeah, but anybody that bought Diablo for the PC is not going to shell out the same amount of money for a second copy of it.
Yeah, fair enough. Regardless of how much you like Blizzard, that's just not going to happen, is it?
No.
Right, I want to leave this one to the very end, by the way.
You want to leave that one to the very end? Well, we're sticking with Blizzard. And we'll jump to Warcraft. And a bit of a surprise this week. Not Blizzard talking, but the creators of Journey, which is that games company. Isn't it? Something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the games company is actually called.
So many awards, I've just become numb.
Yeah. Well, they were talking about Journey and what actually inspired it, and it turns out one of the things that inspired it was actually World of Warcraft.
Yeah. This is entirely understandable, really.
Because you've been saying this for a while now, that MMOs are not massively
multiplayer at all, are they?
You're just wandering around the world, and there just happen to be other people in there that you encounter. And his quote is, the more I played the game, the more people I encountered, the more I realised I had no connection to any of these people. It just reminded me that I'm a lonely person.
Yeah. For a game to work with lots of players, you have to have some kind of hierarchy. You can't have just lots of people doing what they want. You have to have somebody in control, giving out plans to certain other people, that then dictate to others.
Well,
unfortunately,
that's where the guilds
exactly,
come in,
yeah.
And that's where they become little communities, and they can quite interesting.
Guilds work, don't they? I mean,
But if you're just a starting player, you really feel disconnected.
Yeah.
I mean, even though they've added random grouping, so you can. I want to do a dungeon now, boom, and it will give you a random group of people that also want to do that dungeon now. But the problem is, you're there to do the dungeon. You're not there to communicate with each other.
Yeah.
You people go in there and get the shit done and then go.
Yeah.
I've done numerous of them, and I think I got through 5 or 6 the other day, doing little scenarios. They're about 20 minutes each. I got through 6. Before anybody said anything other than me. And all I said was the first thing I say in any group, hi.
And nothing in return.
No response, just got on with it. So at that point I went silent as well. I said hi, they didn't respond, so I just got on with shit.
The thing is, you get these weird kind of, you get people that are there to do a job. I'm going to quickly define the game as you get online here, because it's quite simple. You get those... Those that are there to do a job, you know, they're going beyond a game. This is serious, damn it.
Yeah.
That's how they're playing it. You get those that don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And they're your little...
Me.
No, I'm going beyond that. Those that are little teenagers, they just like to act up, troll, basically cause problems for everyone else. And then you get those that are just there to have a laugh.
Yeah.
And that's... I'd like to think they're the majority, but I don't think they are.
No, we are a minority. I mean, even within my guild, I'm a minority. My guild is quite... They're a casual guild, but...
Yeah, casual by Warcraft standards.
Yeah, casual by Warcraft standards. So they've got to have their raiding times. They've got to have the right setup. They've got to have the right people there. If the people don't have their required potions and flasks, then it gets a bit iffy. And then they all care about where the guild's standing is in comparison to the other guilds on the servers, because that's a bit of competition between the guilds, and I can understand that because I used to be part of it. I used to be involved in that stuff, but now that I'm not, I just sit back and go, yeah.
That's just silly, isn't it?
Well, that's it.
I know it sounds daft, but cause I don't mean to be offensive to anyone in a guild or a clan or anything. I've been in clans. Great. But if you're a clan that's purely based on success and rankings, there's something not right.
Oh no, they're not purely based on that, but they still follow all that stuff. Whereas I see that as a such and such a guild took down this boss. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, well done for them.
Well done. They've got the shiny thing before you did. Give it 6 months, Blizzard will nerf the shiny thing and you'll have it as well.
Well, they always say, don't they, that no matter who you are or what you do, there's always someone better than you.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what it comes down to.
And it's one of the 18 billion people... sorry, not 18 billion people. The achievements in the game. I was trying to segue, but that failed completely.
Almost.
Yeah.
People like achievements. They get
Yeah,
lots of them.
Warcraft people again talking, and they've been giving a bit of statistics on the achievement system. It was added in Wrath of the Lich King. At the time, I thought, "What's this about? Okay, why do we need achievements in the game?" I can see their uses. They're going to be fun for a while, but then they get boring. No. 8.6 million achievements are triggered per day in World of Warcraft on average. A total of 13 billion achievements have been awarded in-game since the system was added.
Yeah.
That's a lot of achievements. The majority of them, I will admit, are... Everybody gets them. You get... Well, the leveling ones alone. You're up to level 90 now? I can't remember. Level 90 now. So you've got achievements for 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90. So there's 8 per player.
Yeah.
Per character.
Those kind of achievements, I understand, because I assume you get something, like a little token. Well done for getting this far.
Well, it's just an achievement. You've made it to this point.
Oh.
You get your usual things for those levels as well.
I've always had arguments against achievements or any kind of system, but I go more on the Xbox and PlayStation standard ones. Purely for the fact that, yay, I've got a little thing that says I've done this.
Yeah.
I remember when games used to have challenges.
But yeah,
and if you did something a bit obscure, you would get an award.
At least some of the Warcraft ones, you do get rewards. So the thing for collecting 25 of the in-game vanity pets is a new vanity pet that you can only get from having had that achievement.
Yeah.
That
kind of thing I understand.
Certain titles as well. So if once you've explored all of the maps in the game, you get the title of the Seeker or something like that.
I don't understand. That's a title.
It's a vanity thing.
Yeah, but I imagine it's the same people that buy a plot of land online to become a lord.
No.
Those people. I couldn't care less if I'm Lord Twatface or whatever.
I've got the Brewmaster title. That's the only one I care about.
But why?
Because I could.
Why not just call yourself a Brewmaster? And if somebody says you're not a Brewmaster, you say, well, I've got a keg in the garage.
It's just
just
something that's there. And anyway, yeah.
It's like Team Fortress hats.
Yes.
That sums it up. I just don't get it.
Anyway, the achievement...
hats.
No, the Team Fortress one, I'm with you on. That's a bit ridiculous. What have you done?
I dropped the bottle cap, I promised you.
Yeah, Team Fortress I agree with. That's thing. Achievements, for the most part, I do not understand them on the most part.
I don't want a tick in a box. I want something.
Some of the Warcraft ones, there are tangible rewards for. Some of them, now there's a great set of Warcraft achievements which are your feats of strength. Now these are achievements that can no longer be gained. So there are certain achievements in the game that are only achievable for a certain amount of time, which kind of is an achievement. So basically, I was here and I played this game back when. Yeah. I did this when it was difficult.
Kind of like legacy style. Yeah. That's quite cool. It's kind of a little notch, but again, it is. It's
still just.
It's a notch on the headpost.
My EP is larger than yours.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what it's getting at.
Oh, when it comes to Warcraft players, I mean,
they're all tiny.
No, I said Warcraft, not StarCraft.
Well.
We should edit that. Never mind.
There are a lot more StarCraft players than you might think.
I know, and they're all going to beat me up.
I know.
So what else we got?
I've just got this image of a Zerg and StarCraft players all charging for you now.
I generally, I just don't get people that get this kind of. I don't know. It's daft little things in games. I just don't get. I play games for fun.
Yeah.
I couldn't care less if I'm a Brewmaster General or a.
The only plus side I've seen to the achievements is kind of guiding me when I'm a bit bored and have nothing else to do. where I'll look at what achievements I don't have and go, yeah, I haven't been through the old dungeons in a while. I haven't got the dungeon achievements. I'll go back and play those old dungeons.
But that's it. That's if you're bored and looking for things to do, it's about time you look for a new game.
Well, yeah, I do have enough other games.
This is it. You have a stack of games there, some of which are probably award-winning. And instead, you think, I'm bored, let's have a look through the achievements. That's just wrong!
Yeah, why not? I'll agree with that. Anyway, moving on to Blizzard's next MMO that's going to suck up far too much of my time. Titan. Project Titan. It's there's more rumours popping up about it. The primary rumour is that it's going to be given a bit more detail at BlizzCon, which I'm going to go ahead and say is a no-shit Sherlock.
Yeah. Blizzard to announce things at BlizzCon.
Yeah. Blizzard to announce things...
This is Michael Pax's work.
No.
Pacta.
Blizzard to announce things at BlizzCon is a given. Now, they've already announced the PS3 and PS4 versions of Diablo 3, so that's not announceable. They could announce a Diablo 3 expansion, but they wouldn't do that close after releasing the PS3 version. So that's not likely. StarCraft 2, we know what's coming. We've had Heart of the Swarm. We're going to have to wait another 3 years to get Legacy of the Void. So that's not likely. Warcraft is due another expansion, but they're not BlizzCon announcements anymore. They're not worthy of it, really, because, well,
people actually want something.
Well, no, people actually expect them now. It's not. It's less of an announcement, more of just, oh yeah, we're also doing this. So the only big announcement they can really have is Project Titan, because they've already let loose Team 5 and Hearthstone.
Yep. But seriously, Titan.
Yeah, the rumour is that it's going to be Earth-based. As in this Earth. And is going to be primarily time travel based. So you will be jumping through the eras of Earth.
Now there will be strong esports emphasis.
Yeah, well they've already got esports emphasis going on at Blizzard at the minute. We'll get to that in a second. You want another beer or?
Nah, I'm fine, thanks. Gotta be up early.
Oh yeah, you do, don't you?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I know. Either way.
Where's the bottle opener, you bastard?
Where it lives.
It does not live there.
It does. Either way, Blizzard.
I'm intrigued.
Titan.
I'm intrigued by Titan. If it does, if that's right, and
it's the only game that has such a massive hype yet has no information.
Well, I'm not buying the hype really. It's just basically, if that is its setting, Earth and time travel, I've got to question how far they can take that, because the only logical thing they're going to have to do, because eventually they run out of time to travel back to, which means they have to travel forward, unless they start rewriting history.
But then the whole time travel paradox thing comes in. If you edit, the point is, if you go back in time and edit the timeline, you're actually editing a line. You're creating, think of it in code, you're creating a branch.
Yeah.
You can't then go back to, you wouldn't ever, it doesn't, you can't affect your own timeline, basically.
Yeah, I know. There's all kinds of interesting things that could go. If that's what makes it interesting. They're going to run out of content, or they're going to start messing with proper temporal dynamics, and at that point it becomes really interesting.
Did you by any chance get a flashback to Akron when you?
Yes.
Was it Akron?
Yes, it was.
Still never played that, but it looked good.
Well, we're just going to quickly stick the song in here because I've just realised we've got this far in without it. We will pause our countdown timer quickly.
Yeah, there we go. We're wasting time pausing a countdown time. There you go. Music! Oh dear. What's happened?
43 minutes.
Oh, hello, video people.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're still here. Trevor didn't suggest this song, by the way. He did, but he didn't at the same time.
How do you figure that one?
Well, he forgot to suggest a song this week, so I just went to his profile on Newgrounds, dredged around what he's been looking at, what he's been listening to, and picked one at random.
Nice. This is a bit weird. So you know, whenever you see films, there's like an underground rave.
Yeah.
This is the kind of music you expect. Why is your internet not working?
It is.
Not for me, it isn't. Yeah.
It's actually quite good track.
If you say so.
It's generic dance music, but
Again, I imagine this kind of cheesy underground rave so they don't have to pay rights. And somewhere there's someone breathing fire, Rammstein are there, you know, the usual kind of underground rave.
this is the kind of music I grew up with when I was at clubs.
Yeah, I forget, there's only, what 5 years difference, but
There was a lot
there
happened.
was a lot changed in 5 years, hasn't there?
There was a lot happened in those 5 years. That's enough of that. I'm going to queue up the track name.
I've got 2 notifications, but
There'll be app notifications that you can't see on your phone.
well, no, but my notifications isn't even loading.
Oh, well then the app's fucked.
Damn you, Facebook. I don't care, that's the problem. But I don't like having a little 2. Go away.
You don't like the number.
No, I don't like having that. That to me is like it's like having a to-do list with 2 bits at the bottom. Yeah. Well, this is why I got rid of my iPhone, because on Android you don't get that. The amount of emails I had by the end. Fee was ready to kill me because one of her pet peeves is that.
Yeah.
She despises things like that just left around, unfortunately.
To be fair, I haven't filtered my mailbox in. That's just the tip of the iceberg. That 89... Basically, there's a cap on what the iPhone will download.
Alright. So there's more to come.
I looked at my webmail today. My inbox has 1,378 unread mails.
Nice. Mine's getting there. That's why I need to sort something out.
Yeah.
Damn you, Facebook. Right. I give up. Let's go back. What have we got left to cover?
We've still got StarCraft 2s, esports, Ouya, and Skullgirls.
There you go. You know now. Don't spoil it.
Oh yeah, I forgot they're still watching this.
So professional. What?
Right, that track was semi-suggested by Trevor. Basically, he hasn't sent her a suggestion this week, so I went and did a bit of cyber stalking, found him on Newgrounds, looked at what he'd recently been commenting on, and picked one of them. So that was Green With Me by Envy.
Cheers, Envy.
Good track. It does remind me very much of the shit that I was listening to when I was at clubs. Because, there is a few years between us.
Yeah.
We've discussed this already while the track was playing.
I'll be honest, I didn't go to those clubs.
I was a chav.
Yeah, you must have been.
I was a chav. I own a GTI.
Yeah.
I owned a Golf GTI at one point.
That's not bad as long as it's a Mark 1.
It was.
As long as you got it for the pure intention of it being a Golf GTI.
I got it for the pure fact that it was a Golf GTI and I paid 60 quid for it.
Bastard.
That was because there was no exhaust on it. Literally,
just falling apart.
Literally, the entire exhaust system was gone. It had just rusted and fallen off somewhere down the road. So it was It was the loudest fucking thing ever. And yeah, let's move on from that. StarCraft. Starting the timer again. StarCraft is celebrating its 15th anniversary.
It's 15 years old.
15 years since the first launch of StarCraft 2. Well, StarCraft, sorry, not StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
It's not 15 years since the launch of StarCraft 2, that's just 4 years. Which took them 12 years to fucking make.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's with me on this, but I don't think it's fair to celebrate a 15th birthday when you made a game and 12 years later made another one. Yeah,
sorry, no, we're still celebrating the 20th anniversary of DuckTales and shit like that, and they released God knows how many, and they've never released a sequel since.
Well, yeah. That's fine.
Celebrating the original launch of a title. That's what this is. It's 15 years since the original launch of StarCraft.
Don't call it. To me, this reeks of kind of we're still going, but maybe it's just because it's Blizzard or.
Well, maybe it's because it is still going that's come up.
But it's not still going.
Nobody complains about the 25th anniversary of Mario or the 25th anniversary of Zelda or the fact that Kirby is 30 years old.
Because they keep it up. They keep releasing games. Granted, Kirby's kind of falling down now, but...
Kirby's actually back on the upslide.
Is there another Kirby due?
There's another Epic Yarn due. Sorry, no, they're making Yoshi's Epic Yarn instead of Kirby's Epic Yarn. And the Epic Yarn games are good.
They are. But either way, releasing a game and then releasing one 12 years later... It's
XCOM!
Fuck you. Yeah, but XCOM aren't singing and dancing. It's our birthday!
They did.
Are they? They didn't.
They did last year.
No, they didn't.
They did.
They didn't.
I'm sure they did.
Nobody cares, basically, is my argument here. I really couldn't give a shit.
Literally, the story is on in there as a segue towards the fact that Blizzard are trying to amp up the esports side of StarCraft 2 again. Because StarCraft 2 has hampered their esports cred for StarCraft. Because StarCraft still massively played 12 years after release, still an esport on a major scale, and still is today in Korea. Because they haven't picked up StarCraft 2 to quite the level that they did StarCraft.
It's weird, isn't it, how one game can just...
Yeah.
It's weird as well that it's Blizzard that have these games.
Yeah.
Because StarCraft, literally...
There are entire TV channels dedicated to it.
Yeah, and World of Warcraft. Again, it's just one of those games that just flew. What is it that they did? That... I can't...
Perfect storm. Perfect storm. Right place, right thing, right time. That's all there is to it.
Whoever was their market researcher at the time, get him back, because he's clearly glued up.
But they've announced that they're going to have this year's StarCraft 2 tournament season, and they've put a prize pool behind it of $1.6 million.
Yeah. That's frustrating, isn't it?
Which is $1.6 million of prizes up for grab in this year's. Fans at home will be able to watch the entire series online for free in 720. So they're not even charging for that. If you want to watch the full HD, then I bet you'll be able to charge for that. But that's it. It's a serious esport now. And esports is a thing that's going to get more and more prevalent in the next couple of years. I really think, despite the fact that we've lost Sir Patrick Moore and he's a great loss, I would not be surprised to see the Games Master TV series make a return.
But that's it. We've had a gap, haven't we? Because we had Games Master where you would have people playing games against each other. And then there was nothing, and then esports cropped up.
Yeah.
The thing is, this is something that's been going on in people's bedrooms across the internet and so on for
bedrooms,
years and years
convention
and years
halls,
and years. Yeah.
everywhere. LAN parties.
My issue is, I don't see how it jumps across to being an e-sport.
Advertising and making a profit.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean...
Sorry, but no, that's the difference. It's gone from hobbyists to something that's actually saleable and makes a profit.
I think for a sport to succeed, it has to have something to make people watch. It has to be for the spectators as much as it is for the players.
But they are. We talked about it a while back, a few months back. League of Legends had a big tournament and had nearly 3 million viewers up for the final.
I just don't see it.
Yeah, I know, because you don't watch them, but there are people out there willing to watch the high-end games. I mentioned I did a video review of StarCraft 2. It's a shameless plug-in. It's on the YouTube channel. Go watch it. But in there, one of the things I've added to Heart of the Swarm is the ability to watch match replays as a group, so that you can be there watching it.
Study tactics.
So you can study tactics. What's even better than that is when you're watching as a group. At a certain point at any point in that replay, you can jump in and take control of the replay and continue the game as if it's a fresh game.
That's pretty cool.
So if you...
So you can see where you went wrong and maybe try a different tactic. And
yeah, or even better, if you watch a pro player's high-end game, and if you think you could win where that guy lost, you can take over and have your friend take the...
I think my main issue with this is I put everything in an FPS perspective.
Yeah.
And I just think watching somebody else play an FPS is
that's
fucking tedious.
FPSs aren't made for the esports market.
No, but they're brilliant to play.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of them that's purely for players. But
most FPSs are not designed for it, but some are. I could sit and watch a GoldenEye match.
I would struggle to see how you would watch it. I know it sounds like a weird thing to say, but would you follow one player? Would you switch between?
I'd be switching between players. I'd be focusing on one player by player, and I would. That works for me. On that one.
I think that'd be my problem, is understanding how everyone's interacting, and I just don't think it's one to watch.
Then again, as somebody that sucks at FPSs, I spend a lot of time in spectator mode anyway.
Yeah. I think that's my issue, is I'd much rather be playing, but it's the same for me with football and every other sport. I'd rather play it than...
Yeah, but football games work really well in the esports market because, well, essentially, you're watching a game of football.
Exactly, yeah. You can watch every player at once, and that's what I can't quite get with other games.
Well, you don't, do you? You see a small subset of the players because that's where the camera's focused.
Yeah, you follow the ball.
Yeah.
But there is no ball in esports. That's the problem. You have no way to focus the action. You could have pockets of things going on all at once, and
yeah, but the StarCraft ones. Watch some of the League of Legends streams as well, because they are very good. It will make sense once you actually start watching one or two, because they focus on areas where they know there's going to be clashes, or where they see if they see a player doing something that they know. The commentators for these things have got very clever. The commentators really do make or break esports,
right? Because
they've learned the tactics. And yes, I know you're watching.
We've not got long. We've got
10 minutes, which is actually quite a while. But I'm not the only one that thinks esports has got a future. Jet Li, Kung Fu legend Jet Li, also thinks that esports has a future, and also made the quote that it is wrong to there is no good reason to debunk gaming as a sport, on the justification that chess and I can't remember what the other sport, chess and poker are classified as sports.
Yeah.
And all they are sitting around.
I can't argue with him here, because if chess and poker are classed as sports, and gaming should be. The problem for me is I don't think chess or poker should be sports.
They're not that classification of sport. It depends on what your classification of sports is. But his argument is that the people that put their time into pro gaming are putting in the mental agility of a chess player, of a poker player. Because poker players all look like nut jobs, to be fair.
Every single one of them, yeah.
Devilfish. Local lad. And he looks like he would eat you if you got in his way.
The issue I have with it is just the struggle we're going to have with any kind of esports, and I've always said this, is the health issues. Yeah. So although gaming can be good for you and increase your reflexes, your hand-eye coordination,
mental acuity and all that shit.
Yeah, it's basically, it can be good for you, but not when you play it to the level you have to play it.
Yeah.
FPS players, some of them put in 4 or 5 hours a day, every day. Some of them put in more than that every day.
Oh, I know people who played Counter-Strike that would put in well beyond that.
And at that point, you're not being healthy.
No.
And even worse, generally the food and drinks associated with it don't do anything to help.
There is that. But at the same time, the chess players and poker players have to put in that kind of dedication. Darts players have to put in that kind of dedication, and they do it in a fucking pub.
Yeah, and look at them.
I know.
They all die by the age of 50.
But every sports player has to put in that level of dedication. And at that point, they are becoming sportsmen because they are dedicating themselves to learning that skill, to doing it well.
Agreed. I mean, they put a lot of effort in, but I think that's going to be the main barrier. I think when games evolve, because there seems to be this whole future dream that in games in the future we will actually move and it'll be
No,
more
that's
natural.
never going to happen.
No, but that's the dream, isn't it? If it were ever to reach that point, then yes, maybe it would be more.
All it takes is one mainstream esports to take off in a westernized country. I'm sorry, it sounds a little bit racist, but if esports ever took off to a serious degree, to a point where an American primetime TV broadcast of an esports got 3 million viewers.
Well, you need more than that for American.
Well, sorry, yeah, I'm thinking British. So British.
Yeah. If we got that many.
If we got that many viewers, then esports has made it.
Yeah.
Snooker and darts don't get that, and they still get prime time. Fuck it, shit gets taken off for the darts.
I won't be surprised if I think this is going to be one of those that probably will build from the east.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll ever get this in Western market until it builds somewhere else and just kind of a proof of concept.
It already has, and it's starting to take over. Because there was last year, Sky had a pro gaming series. It was hosted by a cunt, and it was, I can't remember what games it was.
And we had Straight for definite. I remember seeing that.
Yeah, and we had temporarily. What was the gaming? We had a channel dedicated to it. Because remember, we interviewed the guy that was doing the pro racing for it.
Yeah, I can't remember now. Sorry.
But we had a Lambda or something like that. GT Lambda or some that. Yeah. But he won all of the racing series on that. The Mario Kart, the GT, the Forza, and all that. But that was an entire TV series, channel dedicated to gaming. But there wasn't enough viewership.
It didn't come back, did it? That's the problem. Again, because it's not a spectator sport yet. How are they going to develop it?
Well, no. That's it. They shot too high. It wasn't a dedicated enough spectator spot for an entire channel.
You just need a
However, a couple of hours at a reasonable time slot, live streamed online. That's where it's going to make its money. It's not going to be a TV series unless it's got a live stream online as well, so that people can watch it while they're playing their own games. Right,
shall we move on very quickly? Because we've got 3 minutes left.
Well, we've got a couple of stories. Quick one. The YouTube live streaming that Black Ops has was part of YouTube's efforts to build an API. That API has now been made available to all developers.
Expect it in more games. It's coming.
The Ouya's launch lineup. I'm sorry, I'm over the Ouya.
104 titles, generally just standard Android titles, except for Final Fantasy. That about sums it up, yeah?
Yeah, and good news, Skullgirls, Skull, not School, Skullgirls, is having its roster almost doubled due to a Kickstarter campaign that I didn't know was going on.
Yeah,
they made a mountain of money and have been able to add 5 new characters.
$823,000 dollars.
800. They're able to add 5 new characters to the 8-character roster.
And I'm informed it's a very, 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 very finely balanced game. So it will take time and effort, which would be awesome.
Well, they haven't. They've only created 3 of the characters so far. They're having to make the other 2 up, and they're being done by fan submissions and all that lot. And nice. The last story is all yours.
Ah, yes, SimCity, because we love it so much. It's not so much a story as kind of just. It's just a joke, isn't it? Really.
Yep.
Basically, the DLC for SimCity. I said DLC.
It's a content patch.
It's a content patch. Yeah, they've given us a few little bits, but it's a Nissan Leaf promotion. Basically, you can install little electric points around your city, so Nissan Leaf owners can come and charge up their cars and drive around.
Yeah.
And my main issue with this is the Nissan Leaf isn't that good an electric car.
No.
It's blatant advertising.
Yeah.
And I worry that EA are going, see, we're giving you something for free.
Yeah,
when
EA
they're probably making a fortune.
EA are going to say, yeah, we're giving you something for free, and it does kind of guide you to what the next few DLCs and content patches for SimCity will be. If they get one through the door without people complaining massively, they're all going to be that way. The next update will be food joints, and you will have a McDonald's, you will have a Burger King, you will have a KFC. Guarantee it.
I remember reading an article, a fair few years ago now in PlayStation Magazine, about the prospect of advertising within games.
It's always going to happen.
And everyone was like, it's going to be mad. I can't believe anyone will do that. But yeah.
No, Microsoft had an entire division dedicated to it.
Yeah.
All the hoardings.
This was years and years and years and years.
Yeah, all the hoardings in certain Microsoft games are constantly updating. You can log into them now, and they're still, while the department has been shuttered, the adverts are still updating. They're not getting any new shit.
Unfortunately, Paddy, we don't have time to discuss.
That's
our hour.
We can't actually.
No, that's it. It's gone. Right. There you go. Silly noise.
I need to get a better noise.
We're done.
Well, we're done with the stuff we've actually got time for.
Yeah. We do have a few extra time.
We actually got through all the stories, though.
Yeah.
Are there any? Hang on.
There. We missed out the one about Brenda Romero resigning from the IGDA because of the exotic dancers.
Oh shit! I actually wanted to talk about that
because she thinks it's a joke having women dancing on stage at an IGDA sponsored event, given that they're supposed to be the more mature.
Yeah,
of the game
they always have been.
But apparently, girls in skimpy outfits still sell. Anyway, extra time bits.
Yeah, the podcast extras that you wouldn't go. The video shit. Deus Ex Human Revolution Wii U trailer showing off the fancy shit that they have said will stay Wii U exclusive. Cool. They will not put it on any other platform. Video for the Unreal 4 engine, and that's another story that we missed off.
Yep, the Unreal 4 engine won't work on the Wii U.
Will not work on the Wii U, neither will Frostbite 3.
Yeah, bad times.
I bought the wrong fucking console.
Sci-Fi have released
2 trailers for Defiance.
Okay, there's 2 for Defiance.
I
don't know any of these others. Just
new trailer for Dust 514, showing the connection between the PC and the PS3, because they have now added it to the point where EVE players can launch fucking space-based attacks on the people playing Dust 514.
Oh fuck! It's going to be awesome when it all comes to fruition. Isn't it?
It's going to work really well. Somebody's cut all of Bioshock Infinite into a 3.5-hour movie. The director of the XCOM reboot gets to talk to the original creator of the of XCOM and talk about what each liked about the game, and it turns out that the pair of them love each other's games.
That's always good.
And it wasn't it wasn't a press release thing. This was Rev 3 and Adam Sessler got the pair of them
pushed them
on a conference floor and went, right, you're both here, let's have it.
Like a child with dolls. Kiss.
Now kiss.
Explosion Man.
Explosion Man is now out on the iOS. Yep. Although if you don't have an iOS tablet, fucking give it a skip. It doesn't work on the iPhone 4.
And Paddy's a bit.
I'm a bit annoyed because I paid £2 for it.
We have Perspective.
Perspective is a little indie game that should have won more awards at this year's GDC. but we'll probably win a shitload next year.
It is good.
There's a link to it. It's free. Go get it. And Liberty City Stories and Liberty City and Vice City Stories is now available on the PlayStation Store.
And that's it.
That's it.
If you want to talk to us, you can find us on Twitter. He's DrunkenGamer. I'm D_Gow. We've got a Facebook page /Drinky Talky thingy and a website www.8bitalliance.com. And if anyone's on video, yeah,
if you're on video, you're on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
If you're on audio, I'll put a link to the YouTube channel on the podcast post.
Basically, the difference is on video we ramble a bit more in between.
Yeah,
don't
you get
edit as much usually.
No, there's very little editing on the video one. You're trying to stop it on a round number, aren't you?
I just want to stop it, really.
Go on then.
I just think we've gone too far now. But yeah. Oh yeah. Damn it.
Didn't work.
Oh,
Fuck you. They're still there.
Hello, video people. Unfortunately, I have no idea how to turn you off.
Capture. Stop capture.
Okay. Bye.